All right, guys, here is another one I thought that we might be interested in. This is Dax, Oliver Anthony, Richmond, north of Richmond, remix official video. I haven't heard anything about this. Obviously, it's Richmond, north of Richmond, so I'm pretty sure there's going to be parts of that song in here, obviously. But it's a remix, so I'm kind of like, I'm interested. I enjoy listening to Dax's stuff when it does pop up on my playlist. Obviously, we haven't done really any of that stuff on the channel. So that's what I'm trying to do. We're trying to get some new, fresh stuff coming onto the channel where it's not just home free voice play, stuff like that. Anyway, as always, guys, if you enjoyed this kind of content, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. We appreciate all the love and support. Let us know in the comments. Yeah, like I said, subscribe. Boom. Yeah, nice little animation there. We got Patreon where you get early access to our stuff before it gets released. And then you got merch. Check it out. Again, I love it when you guys send me stuff saying, hey, I got your merch. It's fantastic. I love it. Coffee mugs, shirts, everything. We appreciate it. Much, much love. All right, let's jump in and do this. United we stand, divided we fall. That is true.
It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. Living in the new world.
It's like a different pace, but I actually kind of dig it. But do I like Oliver Anthony's like original pace as well? Yes, absolutely love it. This is just a little bit faster pace, it feels like.
Oh, it is. Living in the new world with an whole soul. Richmond, north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control.
This world has changed and I had to accept it. They ask my political views while I search for their hidden agendas. I don't got an answer, I try to remember the devil divides.
That's 100% true. Everybody always wants to know, like, hey, who do you stand with? Which are your political views? And like that thing is there's no right answer to that, because everybody, like you said, everybody has hidden agendas, and it's not like it used to be like, hey, this is what it is, this is what it is. Now it's like, hey, you're gonna do this, and if you vote for me, this is what you're behind. But if you're voting for me, you're over here. Like, there's just so much stuff that's hidden that you're not actually getting to see. And most of the stuff they tell you that they're going to do when they're in office, they don't actually do it. It's an unfortunate realism that you got to just deal with. Do we wish that, like, when people get voted in, they actually stood by their word, they had morals, stuff like that? Yeah, but unfortunately, it's not what it is anymore.
Hidden agendas. I don't got an answer, I try to remember the devil divides. Pressure appears from our peers. Those arguments waste our time while helping to push their lies, so fuck political views. I got common sense.
And my common sense would dictate saying, hey, why do we have so many different, like, views when we all should be like, hey, our main goal should be trying to make America amazing, like the greatest place on the planet. And if not just America, make every place like help them. But obviously we need to help ourselves first. That would be my common sense. Like, hey, let's make this utopia kind of thing. Like, let's make it where no one has to work 40 hours. So hell, nobody should be working 30. Why should half my life be working? And they're saying, hey, what's the retirement age? Like, you only get like 10, 15 years to enjoy life after you work yourself to death. It's not cool. It's just not cool. Hey there, I just want to work as a thumbnail designer, editor for you. Really? Email me. I have contacts on the page, and we'll talk. Master Josh, 99 cents. Thank you so much. But that's what my common sense is. That's how I've always been. Like, I've always been like that, even when it came to like these stores, and they're like, hey, we're working on this new PC, and you got all these different PCs or phone companies. Why don't y'all just like work together and just be like, hey, this is the most amazing phone. Boom, there you go. Stop competitively pricing everything to make everything so more expensive, where it's like, hey, let's work together. Boom. And here's the phone, here's the price, and not have it maxed out or anything crazy. That's my my personal thing, but I could be wrong.
I know God made man And the sun sets on a life where we focus on things that we cannot control and accumulate so much regret. By the time we decide to live, we're practically already dead. So I go to sleep with the thoughts of 45 years living in debt. 45 years can't pay rent. 45 years just for a pension. I'm too old to enjoy and go spend. 45 years working and slaving for rich men with no time for my family and friends. Then I wake up and pray that it ends.
Living in the new world.
Yeah, because by the time you have enough money like saved up to enjoy life, if your company offers that, you're too old to enjoy life. You know, why not enjoy life every single day? Like, it's ridiculous. Like, I understand, like, hey, to have a society to work, you have to have people come together and work as a community. You know, that makes sense. It really does. But why does everybody have to work nonstop? There was one time, guys, I had this job. I'm not joking. I was working 15-hour days every single day, Sunday through Saturday, no days off. And I did that for months. And then I drove an hour and a half home and an hour and a half to work. Most of the time, I'd sleep in my car. I'd go by Planet Fitness and shower. I bring clothes with me if I didn't go home, because I was just going to change there, sleep in my car, and go back to work. And I wasn't enjoying. I was like, this is miserable. Why do I have to do this? This is garbage. Like, there's people out there that probably have it worse than that. I know there has to be. So I'm not really, like, I don't complain about it. I'm just like, yeah, it sucked. But we just sucked it up and moved. You know what I mean?
With an whole soul. The Richmond, north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control.
Descendants of Adam and Eve, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. They're taking God out the schools. Our kids don't know what to believe. From 6 to 18, the curriculum fails and Gen Z gets taught by their phones with forced feeds that get sponsored and paid by companies. That's how they attack us. It starts with the youth. If you lie enough, you'll convince anybody the lie's the truth. So telling these kids they can choose their own gender at ages they can't even tie their own shoes.
That is completely true. If you continuously tell somebody something, even if they firmly do not believe it, if you tell them every day, subtle things continuously every day, they're eventually, their mind's going to think, you know, you're right. Wait a minute. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Even if it's completely wrong. I said, hey man, you know, the sky's green. The sky's actually green. And I've made subtle hints of why the sky's green every day, all day. Even though they're like, nah, the sky's blue. But if you keep doing that, eventually they're going to be like, yeah, the sky's green. It makes sense. Why? Yeah, the reflection. It hits the grass goes up. Oh, wait a minute. What? Yeah, that makes sense. Like, even though it doesn't make any sense, to them it'll start making sense. So putting it in front of like little kids' minds that haven't learned anything except for the things that their parents are teaching them before they go to school, it's going to warp their mind. That they're going to be like, nah, you're wrong. You know, I learned this off my phone. I learned this off my tablet, you know, and they're going to have things like the teachers are going to be forcing them to learn. And like, I see like, you know, a lot of teachers getting in trouble for stuff like that when I'm like going through social media and stuff. It's just, to me, I'm just like, man, I'm glad I'm out of school. I'm glad I didn't have to go through that.
Sponsored and paid by companies. That's how they attack us. It starts with the youth. If you lie enough, you'll convince anybody the lie's the truth. So telling these kids they can choose their own gender at ages they can't even tie their own shoes.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with that. Like, kids shouldn't be trying to, you know, it's like you're just trying to warp your kid's mind into choosing their own gender. Like, no, you're born male, female, period. If you want, once you're 18 and you know, you go out and you experience the world. Hell, I'm not even saying 18. Once you experience the world, and I'm not just saying all around the block or around your town, hell, not even around your own state. Just enjoy, you know, life. And then if you want to change yourself, go right ahead. You know, that's all on you. Whatever makes you happy in the end. But forcing it on children, going to have to disagree with. You shouldn't do that. Let them live life. When they're kids, they should be enjoying going out, playing in the dirt, in the creeks, having fun with toys, Nerf guns, Barbies, whatever they're into. They should be enjoying life. They shouldn't be having to worry about some of this stupid stuff that they're getting forced to worry about.
Eyes the truth, so telling these kids they can choose their own gender at ages they can't even tie their own shoes. Drive or drink is crazy. Common sense isn't common unless it pays me. That's the thought process daily. Look at the content we're creating, lies diluting our brains. I'm done trying to argue online with these people who think that a vote's gonna bring about change. How many presidents does it take to have a life worth living? An actual comfortable wage. No more school shootings. Let's unite these states.
It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to.
It's 100%. Like, no matter who you put in office, it ain't really going to change anything because they only got a certain amount of time to do it, and then you have to convince all of Congress and all these old people that are stuck in their ways to do anything, and they're just going to sit there and like, oh yeah, if we'll do this though, but you got to pay us this, or you're going to make an agreement with this and an agreement with this. It's just garbage. It shouldn't be like that. It should be brought up saying, hey, this is what we're going to do, why we're doing it, and this is how we plan on doing it. That's it. I shouldn't have to sit there and be like, hey, we're going to make sure schools are safe again. This is how we're going to do it, why we're doing it. Can we do this? And if you say no, I want to know why. And let's ratify it, put it in process, and then we can do it. Simple. I don't need to hear, well, if we're going to do that, we need to be able to send over $70 billion to Iraq, Afghanistan, or blah, blah, blah. Like, no, there should be no reason to change anything like that. There should be like, that's not why we're putting it on the table. We're trying to do this. And that's how it should work. That's my opinion. Like I said, I could be wrong. Tell me what you all think. Anyway, let's continue.
For people like me, for people like you, wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. Living in the new world with an whole soul.
I keep watching this and like I do like the horses. I used to ride horses a lot. Unfortunately, I got kicked by a horse and I haven't been able to get on a horse since. Maybe one day I'll get over my fear of getting back onto a horse, but I got kicked one. I like my ribs are all jacked up because of it. But yeah, it's just something you don't need. I wanted to let you all know.
Richmond, north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control.
So this is the remix version. I like this version. It's really nice. It's really good. It goes from like a different point of view on why. Kind of like opens the variety, like, yeah, opens it up and say, hey, this is what I also think about. And I think this is great. I think Dax did an amazing job when it came to the remix. Fantastic. Let me know what you all think. Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Let me know in the comments. Again, we're here to talk, react to what they're doing and like talk about what we hear, what we listen to, what we see. And that's, that's what this channel is all about. Remember, smash that like button, like I said, and I appreciate all the love and support.